Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, Thailand and watches. Now, many years ago, if you mention these two words in a sentence, you'd probably think of the markets in Bangkok and the fact that they'll ask you, what watch would you like? Pick any brand, any major brand, and then they'll show you a watch that looks just like that. And if you say that's not good enough, they might take you round the corner where they've got some better versions of the same thing. Now, Thailand is a beautiful country, it's got really lovely people, and it was always a shame that they never had their own watch brand. Well, that was until 2008. Enter Wise timepieces. Now, I've heard a lot about Wise from other YouTube channels. Everyone seems to be gushing praise about them, but I have to be careful because I've believed hype a few too many times and ended up being disappointed in the past. So today, I've got my first ever Wise timepiece on the review table. It's my watch, I bought it with my own money. The only communication I've had with Wise timepieces was one email to confirm my order and one to confirm that it was dispatched. And that's pretty much it. So there's no partnership or anything like that. The watch looked great on the website, and I'm just hoping that I haven't wasted my money. Let's get into it. So yes, I went full on Thailand spec. This is the Thailand Edition. You'll notice Thai numerals instantly on that dive bezel, and of course the colorway is very much Thailand. Take a look at the national flag and you'll see what I mean. Some quick specs on this, as always. 41mm in diameter, 11.6mm thin, that's including the crystal, and that's thanks to the Miyota 9015 that's beating away inside, 20mm lug width, and a 47.2mm lug to lug. Reasonably compact, reasonably slim and slender. Yes, it's a 41, but I think you probably get away with this on smaller wrists than you might imagine. What's the party piece for Wise? Well, as every review that you'll see on YouTube will tell you, you've got this deep, luscious shine on the steel, and that's because it is 904L steel. And of course, everyone loves to tell you that yes, that is the same material that Rolex use, but I'm not going to make a direct comparison because obviously these prices exist in different planets. Just in general, looking at the case, I can see a little bit of 62 mass in there, especially some of the newer 62 mass reissues, but there are different angles and slightly different chamfers, so it's inspired, but it kind of is its own thing as well. Looking a bit closer at the dial, and you'll see this has a subtle red Geneva stripe pattern. It's typically when it just catches the light, you'll see it, but then in lower lights, it's not quite so obvious. You have gold toned indices and hands, everything high polish. Everything very nicely done, no FOD, no debris, nothing. I mean, you can tell these watches are assembled with some care and consideration in Bangkok. And whilst typically rose gold against red would be highly illegible, the fact that there's large white lume plots on everything means that it's actually super legible. And it's nice when it catches the right angle, you'll get that hint of rose gold, which of course matches the bezel and the crown. There's a slightly silver-toned, almost white chapter ring, which breaks up the dial and the bezel nicely. And in terms of the handset, I like the fact that Wise have this hour hand that's kind of become synonymous with the brand. Ceramic bezel, of course, and this is a box sapphire, which for me is great. If you've seen some of my other reviews, you'll know I love a nice vintage distortion, and that's exactly what I'm getting here. Along with some good clarity, it has inner AR, so that combined with the legibility means there's no issue telling the time, even on a bright day outside with a lot of reflections, as you'll see when I film in the garden. In terms of finishing, the case is full polish, which really shows off this 904L steel. I know a lot of people are divided about full polish. On the one hand, it scratches incredibly easily, but on the other hand, it's really easy to polish back and get rid of, especially surface scratches with a little bit of Cape Cod. Considering that the 904L steel is a big selling point for the brand, I'm happy that this one is in full polish. That said, the bracelet the center links are all brushed, and it's only the outer parts that are full polish. So it does break it up a little bit, and it does stop it being too shiny. Bezel action is good. There's no backplay. Some of you will love it. For me, I prefer the dampened, slightly more muted tones that you would get typically on things like the Seikos. So I guess I would say it's not my favorite, but this is now personal preference. Objectively, everything lines up. It's super tight. There's no backplay, so I can't really criticize it. I can only talk about personal preference. I touched on it earlier. The Miyota 9015 is a great choice for this watch. Obviously, it's high beat, and it keeps it super slim and slender on the case, so you could slide a shirt over the top. In terms of regulation, I don't know that it's been regulated. I don't think so. They tend to run quite well out the box, and this one is no different. And there's not too much variance, as you'll see as we change the position and rotate that 90 degrees. There is a sapphire display window where you can look into the back and see the Miyota. It's a custom rotor, but nothing else. So if you've seen the movement before, maybe not so exciting. It's not highly decorated or anything like that. But equally, I know some of you like to see the movement regardless, so yes, you can. There is 200 meters of water resistance, of course a screw down crown as well, and it does say 200 meters water resistant, but in Thai, because again, I wanted the full Thai experience on this one. When it comes to lume, this watch is fantastic. It's up there with the very best that I've had on the channel. It's up there with the Vea, with the Janot, and it matches my lume champion in every single way. It's long lasting, it's bright. Lume will never be an issue for you if you buy any of the Adamascus series watches from Wise. I'm confident to say that. And what about the clasp? Well, it is milled outer, milled inner. The quick adjust is spring loaded, and you simply angle the spring loaded piece up, move it forwards or backwards, and then it will lock into place. It works well, although not my favorite because you still have to take the watch off in order to adjust it, and there's always that very small chance that you might just drop it onto concrete. It's worth also pointing out the outer clasp and the crown are engraved with the Wise logo, and it's a very detailed engraving on the outer clasp there. I was super impressed with the detail. This looks absolutely fantastic. Polishing on the watch surfaces are excellent. It shows off that 904L steel. I couldn't find any imperfections. It's literally like a mirror, and the brushing is great as well. So what would one of these set you back? Well, $689 US is the current price on the Wise website. You'll often find a discount voucher or a code which you can use on top of that. So, you know, have a little play around, do some digging online, and I'm sure you can get it down a little bit more. You can have this watch in the full Thai spec with the Thai writing and the Thai bezel insert, or you can go for something more traditional with regular numerals that we would see in the West. It's really your choice, but either way you still get the same great colorway. And if you hate this colorway, then there's loads of colors and loads of options, so I think you'll find something on there. Price-wise, I think for what you're getting, for this design, for all of this great finishing, for the materials used, I think it's a really competitive price, and it adds some authenticity for me that the watches are assembled in Bangkok. It's not essential, but it's nice to know. So this watch filled a void in my collection, and that is the fact that for many years I've admired all of the Seiko Thailand Edition releases where they've used Thai colors on Seiko watches, and they've made some awesome pieces over the years, but I'd always missed out and never got my hands on one. And I'd always kind of regretted that, but now with this watch that Wise have released, I feel like I've ticked that box, and +1 on that because instead of coming from a Japanese company, it's coming from a Thai company and coming from Thailand. So yeah, I have no more lusting after the Thailand Edition Seikos right now. And I've got to say, the price of this compared to those Thai Edition Seikos on the secondary market, again, this is, I think, far better value for money. I think there's a huge amount to really love with this particular watch, but as always, there is a few areas that I think could be improved. But spoiler alert, for today's review, there is no huge drawbacks with this watch. It really is a fantastic all-rounder. Just a quick note to say, if you're enjoying today's video, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit the bell notification icon. The most important thing with the way YouTube's algorithm works today. Thank you so much, and back to the video. So yeah, the drawbacks with this watch. The clasp for me looks a little bit chunky in comparison to the rest of the watch. Now I don't think you could shrink down the outer clasp anymore, at least not without changing the bracelet, so I would apply a little bit more taper on the bracelet, and then that would naturally shrink down the clasp, and I think it would be better proportioned to match the thin, slim and slender head of the watch. My second point is that if you're going to do a display case back and you've got this beautiful colorway with the rose gold indices, the rose gold bezel, the rose gold crown, why not give us a rose gold rotor? It would be something a little bit more interesting and a little bit less industrial looking than the current state of the Miyota 9015. The custom rotor that this watch has is very subtle, it doesn't really stand out, and I don't really think it justifies the use of that sapphire caseback. And my final point is that I wish the Geneva striped red dial was a little bit more pronounced with that Geneva striped effect. It's very subtle, and like I said before, you do have to catch the right angle to really kind of see that, and when you catch it, it looks awesome. I think it's a fantastic look, and I just wish you could see it more often and it was a little bit more obvious. So in conclusion, I think you can tell how much I rate this watch because, yeah, even my critiques for it, they're very small, they're very minor. It really is one of the best all-round watches that I've handled in the last few years. The hype from the YouTube watch reviewing world is probably justified in this case. This is of course only one watch, I haven't tried any of their other watches. So please, if you've got experience with Wise, let me know in the comments what you think about the brand, how your experience has been with the fit, the finish, the build quality. For sure, from my side, I would definitely try another one. But that said, I'm also super happy with this watch, so I can't say that I'm going to pick up another one anytime soon, as I do like to try and explore as many new brands as I can. I think it's absolutely fantastic that Thailand now has their own watch brand that they can be proud of, that is releasing legitimately excellent watches designed in Thailand, assembled in Thailand. It's great progress from those days of the dodgy Bangkok markets, as I mentioned earlier, although I know they still exist. But yeah, this is what Thailand should be associated with when it comes to watches. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video today. It's much appreciated as a small channel, and hopefully I will catch you on the next review. Cheers.